Last week, we said goodbye to our studio in the General Motors building here in New York. And while we're putting the finishing touches on our new home, we decided to take the dish on the road and visit Geoffrey Zakarian. He is the recent winner of the Food Network's Next Iron Chef Super Chefs. And one of his restaurants is the Lambs Club. It's right here in Manhattan. Iron Chef Zakarian, known for his take on American cuisine, brings us his ultimate dish, cod wrapped in cabbage with smoked tuna. It's great to have you with us, Chef.
Well, thank you for coming here to my restaurant.
Well, this
Welcome.
restaurant is amazing. It's gorgeous, first of all. That's the first impression.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. I really had not much to do with it, quite frankly. A gentleman named Sant Shotwell bought this building and took 7 years restoring it. It's a landmark. And what he did was just remarkable.
And what you do on the plate is remarkable.
Well,
so tell us what's on our plates today.
So today we're just going to have some really, I think, a nice light dinner. We have, first your main course is a cod that's wrapped in cabbage. It's called a papillote, which is a very French word for wrapping something and steaming it. And underneath is a little smoked tuna. And then we have mashed potatoes, but we do a little different here at the Lambs Club. We sort of foam it, and it's like called a spuma. So it's lighter. It's not as heavy. So when you taste it,
I love it. I love it.
And a drink, which is our hallmark drink, which is the Gold Rush, which was bourbon. Cheers. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Bourbon, honey, and lemon. And it's really amazing, the balance of sour, sweet. And a lot of people don't want this drink, and we asked, have them try it, and they say, well, I don't like bourbon. But when you taste the bourbon this way, it's a knockout. And it will knock you out if you have more than
I'm looking forward to that. You have roots of both Armenian and Polish descent.
Yes,
How does that play into what we're seeing here and what we're having here?
Well, I mean, I have cabbage today, so that's the Polish root.
Got it.
I really hadn't thought of it. I think that my roots are strongly Mediterranean, so anything I do really has a real basis in those flavors, whether it be anchovy, olives, oil, garlic, yogurt, white cheeses, things like that. So I bring them all together as much as I can. It's not specific to either Armenian or Polish roots, but there is a basket of vegetables and taste that I pull from that's very familiar.
Were you pulling from that on the Iron Chef?
I did anything I could. I pulled from wherever I could in the Iron Chef because you get 1 hour, you do what you have to do.
Is it crazy? I mean, 1 hour to do all of that, it just looks crazy, so it must be the things going through your head have to be.
Well, it's definitely the most challenged I've ever been. And what you don't realize about it is the physicality. It's just amazingly physical work. And you're alone. It's like you have no help.
Did you pump iron in advance practice?
I actually went to the gym just because, I asked what to expect from a few people who've done it before. They said, expect to be exhausted and wiped out because it's really hard physically. So, I mean, the cooking is something that it's like riding a bike, You put a food in front of me, I'll cook it, but I wasn't ready for the physical aspect of it, which is really hard.
And you beat out a lot of incredible chefs for the title.
I did. I'm very fortunate, but it's a game that anyone on any day can beat anybody. That's what it is. The best chef and the less experienced chef can be the same on one day because it's so difficult a challenge, and you're a little tired one day, you're a little off, and you'll lose.
You will.
You will lose.
It is. I mean, this industry in general, it's a difficult industry to win in, and you have this restaurant, the national new restaurants here in New York,
and the Tudor House,
and then the Tudor House. I was going to say in Miami. How do you consistently open restaurants to such great reviews? What do you think it is that gets that?
Well, I honestly think I do have some experience doing it, but that's not enough. You really have to bring you have to bring an enlightened staff and an understanding of what a staff is and the culture that they bring to that restaurant. So the mistakes they'll be made, but they're small and they're not magnified because
and you learn from them?
You learn from them, but you bring really great staff. And you really take care of them, and you give them dignity, and for the most part, it really works. At least getting the restaurant off the ground. Then it takes another 6 months or so to make it operational, so it works financially.
Yeah, financially is a big part, and obviously,
it's a big part.
I mean, you opened some restaurants here in 2001. I mean, that was like a hard time for the economy, and especially here in New York with September 11th.
Yeah, and now, I mean, the economy thankfully is starting to sing again, but it's going to be a while before we get anywhere near where we were before.
Have to ask you, if you were to share this meal with anyone, who would it be?
Wow. Well, my present family excluded, I would say my mom, because I think she would see some things on here that would make her happy.
Very cool. Well, we do this with all of our chefs. Oh. We would love it if you would sign a dish for us.
I would. Who do I sign it to? Just anyone?
Well, you sign it to us here at the Early Show, the dish.
The dish.
You can just make it out to the dish.
There you go.
Thank you so much,
It's my
Chef
pleasure.
Zakarian. It was great meeting with you.
Let's have another cheers.
Awesome food. Thank you so much.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.